has such a big win rate for their Zergs right now. He's 3-1, 6-6 in total, and he's 3-0 versus Protoss.
Yeah,
3-0.
If he only knew, though, what the back of his hair looks like right now, his mother would be disappointed. He's on TV with that. That hair, he just does not care about it, man. He's like, I'm here to play some StarCraft. I don't care what Wolf has to say about my hair.
I have to wonder, like, did he go back into the makeup room? Because all of these guys, they're very well groomed. They all get well done by the makeup ladies. But then this guy comes out here. He doesn't even look like he took a shower. He's like, I'm here for StarCraft.
He's like, oh, yeah, makeup, I don't need that. What is that? I'm here to play.
He, like, walked in 3 minutes before his match. Like, he wasn't even here with his team. He's just like, oh, it's my turn, right? Like,
I'm here to play Zerg.
He was watching the stream.
I'm here to watch. I'm here to play. Well, Solar wants to further his ZVP win ratio. The map is Frost. We'll see if Samsung Galaxy Con can take the 3-1 here, or if MVP is going to bring us to an ace match.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
We got the whole crowd in on it now. But down here in the right, the bottom right, the red Zerg for Samsung Galaxy Con, it is Solar.
And his opponent for MVP, the Protoss, formerly known as Lure, now known as Billowy.
And if you come down here today, you can get a lucky bag.
Yeah. Go get a Chu money, that says.
And a Boktu money.
Yeah, that's true.
A lucky bag. Not just a bag, not just a pocket. Lucky one.
A lucky one, yeah. You're right. I wasn't reading the Chinese there.
Well, here in Asia, they are big on having luck for the new year.
Yeah, luck is something that if you have, you know, sometimes it can change your life.
Yeah.
Billowy's last match that he lost was against a Terran player, and it was Bunny.
That was
he
Bunny.
lost to CJ and Bunny.
Yeah.
And in this matchup, we'll see how he wants to play it. He's been pretty cheesy in the past, a lot of the time when he comes out. But the way things were back in the days that OGS even existed was a very different game of Wings of Liberty. That first of all, it was Wings of Liberty, and second of all, it was the early part of Wings of Liberty where things were cheesy, and we had, quite frankly, some really bad maps in the map pool, and we saw Lure do a lot of cannon rushing and proxying. And it looks like he wants to open up with a very standard gateway expand, on the other hand, in this game. And we'll see how Solar, who goes for a hatch first in this match, wants to transition. Frost is a 4-player map, and he gets lucky with spawning locations. He's going to be cross. And the reason why Zerg always wants to be cross is so that you can get your economy up and drone play greedy. It looks like he wants to double hatch before pool even, and he's going to get away with it.
This is so nice for him. The fact that he is cross positions right now and he's going for a double hatch and there's not going to be anything too aggressive coming out of Billowy, this is a really good position so far for Solar. And if you let a guy like this take this big of an advantage this early, it can spell bad news for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it can snowball for sure. And you could see the way, if you look at Solar's face, especially when he was about to do it, you could tell he's like talking to himself a little bit. You could tell he's stressed out because he knows what he's doing is greedy.
Yeah.
He knows that he hasn't scouted his opponent's base, and if it were a forge and he started cannoning, he might just lose the entire game over it. So he knows he's taking a risk. He's stressed out about it, but he executes the build, and it's a good choice for the map. It works out for him. And now Billowy, who hasn't even scouted himself, is going to identify this too late to punish for it. His Zealot is moving across the map, but it's just going to take way too long for him to identify this. So great start here for Solar, and Billowy doesn't even just know yet how bad things are for him when it comes to builders, how they collide here.
Yeah, he's going to find out, though. He did Chrono Boost out that Stalker, so he is going to use these 2 units to scout. But like you said, he's going to see it, and he's going to be like, oh, no, this isn't good.
Yeah, definitely not. Sends the Zealot to the 3rd base location, hoping that if there's a 3rd base being built there, at least he knows where his opponent spawns. Checks the natural, doesn't see it, doesn't waste his time going to the main base. Sends a Zealot now. It looks like he's going to go down and check the bottom right. And when he gets there, he's going to say, oh, wow, you went double hatch before pool. That means you have so much extra larva and so much extra production. Stalker identifies it first, does see this, and he's going to come over here and poke a little bit. Could actually try to get a Zerling and force a few Lings to move. 6 Lings already started. That's 3 less drones. That's sort of or he would like to have the drones, not have the Zerlings if he can help it. I don't think he's going to be able to get that Overlord with the 6 Lings popping out, but he has the Zealot there. He might be able to chase it down.
Yeah, the thing I like out of Solar is that he's not underestimating this. With the 2 Queens coming out and enough Lings here, he's going to be able to push it back. He doesn't want to lose too much, especially when you go for an opening like this. You got to make sure you're okay. You're going to have the Larva to do it, especially.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if he doesn't make all those Lings, then when the Mothership Core comes out, too, the Mothership Core and the Zealot and Stalker will kill the Queen, and then doesn't have any anti-air. It just gets to be a horrible situation. Lure looks focused and determined right now, but he definitely does not look happy on his face about what he's seeing here. And a Ling gets into his main base, and that's going to be even more annoying for him now. Ling's able to identify the gases, of course, down here have not been taken. I don't think he saw the +1 spin on the Forge. I'm not sure about that. But he's going to find out right now with the rest of his things if he goes up here. And I don't think he's going to try to break through this. That's not reasonable for him to do.
Yeah. I would have liked to have him actually go over there. Maybe he did see it, in fact.
Yeah, I think he did, actually.
Or else, like, he would have sent that up there 100%.
Yeah, and also the Forge is spun enough. It's far enough along that it definitely would have started by the time he saw it.
Yeah.
Here's a Lair coming down here, and things are still looking really good for Solar. He's just had the better build, and we'll see how Lure now goes in and transitions into his own third base, or what sort of tech he wants to show us. Because with the +1, he might be aggressive with some gateways, yes, but he's lost so much time. He doesn't have any forward warping points set up. The rush distance is so far. I don't think attacking with +1 early on is really going to be what he wants. I'd rather see him take a third base. He's going to go down here and take that third base, and then he'll have a fast +1 to help defend it. There's too many units over here. The Lings aren't going to be able to get involved.
I have to agree with you. I mean, if he had tried to go all the way across the map there, maybe with the Warp Prism, or try to get a pylon down or a couple pylons down and go for an attack there, would have been kind of risky. And if you have 3 bases up for that long as Solar, you're going to be able to hold it in one way or another unless you mess up in one way or another. So I feel like Billy making the right choice, or making the safe choice here for the position he's in. He's like, okay, I'm just going to get my third. I'm going to have +1. And we're going to see how he can do from there. He also drops that Twilight Council. Going to want to get that +2, as well as possibly Twilight Council tech.
Yeah, Twilight Council tech, of course, good to have. Very useful. Probably going to go for Blink first. This is his first Protoss that his opponent is playing on him. And we see the Infestation Pit and the Spire being dropped. Interestingly enough, though, he hides the Spire, and he has melee upgrades being researched. So I think the Infestation Pit is simply just going to be a fake. I don't think he's actually going to commit to any Swarm Host or even trying to rush out Hive. Although he could. I just don't think he will. I think the way these upgradings are lining up and the Zerlings is making right now, I think he's just going to go into Ling Muta. And he's starting to build a gas bank. He starts a 4th base.
This is actually so cool.
Like, if you fly a Phoenix in there and you see the Infestation Pit, you're thinking to yourself, uh-oh, possibly going up against Swarm Host. I need to prepare for this. I'm going to need AoE damage. I'm going to need robotics. So start robotics is on the way right now. But you do not think about Mutalisk if you don't see a Spire in any of those bases.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully for Billowy, he is getting that +2 in Blink, and he was going to get that regardless, but these units are not going to be happy for him. Getting out a bunch of these Stalkers, and now there isn't much response here. Finally, these sentries come over here, and they are going to trap these Zerglings, but a lot of these probes going down as well.
Yep, probes going down here. Ling's going over to try to get into the main base. There is a Zealot with the wall, even a sentry to support. Spire's done. Starts +1, flyer weapons, flyer attack, upgrade, +1 for Mutas. Is the, I guess, the more commonly used way to describe that. Yep. And 4 Mutas are started.
Looks like he was waiting on more larvae there to start some more.
Yeah, and he's even long distance mining some gas right now. He's really set that up. He's just all over the place. Coming in here now at this third base again, even though the overcharge is up. Right now, Billowy is out of position. He's moving across the map for possible pressure. And it looks like with the army coming back, he realizes he needs to go over here. If he can use these roaches to break through the Zealot wall, he could get into the main base. There's going to have to be a force field there if he wants to defend. And during all of this, the Mutalisks are flying across the map as well. He starts even a second robo that is not what he's going to want against these Mutalisks, this composition that Solar is hiding from him with that Spire to the top right.
Yeah, he still has not seen the Mutas, and an extra robo and the robo bay is not what you want to see here. out of Billowy. Billowy's going to be in for a nasty surprise. More mutas being made. He's not going to have enough anti-air here. He has the blink and stuff, but it's not going to be enough. And now with a bunch of lanes here, he's going to go for the surround. And look at all these mutas. He's going to be able to get the recall, but look at all those mutas right now for Solar.
He's just coming across here. He's trying to bait the overcharge so he can go attack the natural. Looks like he's just going to go attack the natural regardless. Goes into the main base. And there's only 2 stalkers here. Those are going to die. There's no cannons. And this has caught Billowy totally off guard with his pants down. And he's even going to target the Twilight Council. He considers it. Needs to get out of here, but 9 more mutas on the way. +1 is done. He doesn't have... I mean, he starts a Colossus here, but that's not going to help. He doesn't have Stargates. He doesn't have any way to produce Phoenixes. And all he can do is hope right now and pray, basically. Here come the Mutalisks. Not enough anti-air here. Sentries try to block the Zerlings out. They're at least able to do that much before they die.
Yeah, but all of those sentries being taken out here, and all these stalkers that were in the main base. There's the GG! Solar taking the 3rd game for Samsung Galaxy Khan.
What a game. Just taking some really nice moves like the double hatch for pool, taking a risk, pays off. Hides the Spire, taking a risk, pays off, gives a thumbs down. And, you know, if you're a Protoss player, watching this is going to make you cringe because everything that he scouted, everything that he saw for Billowy led him to believe that he was not facing Mutalisk tech. Yeah. But there was a Spire hidden to the top right. And this is why you see sometimes players in this matchup send Hallucinate Phoenixes all over the map to check for hidden bases, to check for hidden tech, because every now and then somebody will do that Overlord spread, hidden Spire, and it can